The message is that we have a lot of issues in this country that we need to deal with. We have a lot of people that are oppressed. We have a lot of people that aren't treated equally, aren't given equal opportunities.
It's amazing to me why we keep loving this country and this country does not love us back.
Yeah, just to kind of see this, continuously happen. So, I mean, yeah, it was a long day for me, so.
The things that, we decided to come down here to play for, and we said we're going to speak on the social injustice and the things that continue to happen, to our people, is not right.
For centuries, athletes have been speaking out against racial inequality in their sports. From Jesse Owens to Muhammad Ali, athletes have always used their voice to fight for the voiceless.
If justice prevails, I will neither go to the army nor will I go to jail.
Although players such as Colin Kaepernick have been speaking out for years, the player-inspired racial equality movement has only gained serious momentum in recent months, following the tragic shootings of Jacob Blake and George Floyd.
Why, I'm very, very pleased to see that the basketball players, and then the football players, and the baseball players, and the soccer players, and the hockey players, black and white, join. Because it's through that kind of effort that change is going to happen.
It's coming from more voices within sports, and it's not just the black athlete at the moment. A lot of their white teammates or teammates of other racial backgrounds and makeups and orientations, and you have women's athletes involved more than before. The WNBA has been at the forefront of protests.
The symbolism of Black Lives Matter on the basketball court, of the players wearing different symbols on their jerseys, that is only the beginning.
However, these protests have been met with backlash from team owners, league officials, the media, and government officials.
I don't want to kneel. I don't want to see people kneel for the national anthem, for the American flag.
When star basketball players Kevin Durant and LeBron James spoke out against the president in an interview, they were dismissed as jocks by Laura Ingraham of Fox News.
So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
Team owners and league officials have been resistant to letting players protest, but have opened up more about letting players have more of a voice.
The NFL truly reversed course and said we should have listened more to what the point of the protests rather than just the delivery method, which was the kneeling during the anthem.
In order for that change to happen, you're going to have the political clout of those who own teams and the force and power of those who play on them. And it's got to be a joint behavior.
Sports league officials and team owners have begun to allow players to protest and speak out on behalf of the teams they play for.
Progress in terms of listening to the athletes and allowing them to use their voices in ways that they choose, that isn't restricted by, or beholden to what the employer wants.
High-ranking government representatives are often in connection with the team owners and league executives, and can also serve a role in making change.
At some point, someone has to sit down and say, as a owner of a team, I have political lobby because I help this party, I support this party, I financially support this party. And how much of a voice do we have as a collective ownership? And can we sit down with our congressmen and say, look, we like all of these things, but this one thing here, we think we should work with the other side to accomplish.
Players such as Colin Kaepernick have spoken about how their protesting can affect marginalized communities.
If you are an owner and you say, well, I don't quite agree with all those things that these guys are saying, but if this is going to better effectuate change in those communities and have better policing, then let me get my senator on board so that we pass this and move forward. That's how you bring all the parties together and effectuate the change.
Fans have also been critical of the athletes protesting.
How do we attract the interest of the fan, but at the same time let them know that we recognize that we have a responsibility to the community as well, and that because you're our fan, you're going to help us do that.
As coaches, owners, and politicians try to come together to listen and understand the true meaning of the athletes' protests, fans can also play a key role.
What I'm hoping is that the same fan who watches the game and says, I'm watching the NBA Finals or the NBA or the NFL Super Bowl, that I recognize that sports is a little bigger than just entertaining me, and that it can be a vehicle, as Nelson Mandela said, it can be a vehicle to help change the world.